What up, Dokkaners? I wanted to chime in on the Cell Max situation that happened on JP about half a day ago. This is regarding a bug where apparently Cell Max was a lot easier than he was supposed to be. So I want to talk about this because I think some people kind of have it twisted, and I also just want to express how lucky JP players were during this whole thing. And I don't even think it's fixed, because as of half a day ago, the 23rd of August at 7 a.m., this is GMT, so that's like 6 hours ahead of me. So maybe like, yeah, by the time I watch this, probably half a day. So the issue is, on the Cell Max event, the enemy will appear, but sometimes they may not activate all attacks or special moves. Meaning, if you end up on a rotation where nothing happens to you, no super attacks, no AoEs, nothing, you got lucky. And that was because of a glitch. And I remember this distinctively because there was someone who posted their victory on Twitter the day that I was doing my very first run through of Cell Max on stream. I was looking on Twitter just to see who was winning, and I saw somebody who won with Ginyu Force. And I was just thinking to myself, how the heck is that possible? And then that person did include, they didn't get supered once on the final phase. So that is pretty much attributed to this. So JP players alone are experiencing this issue. Global players are not. If the above phenomenon occurs, it will be resolved by restarting the application. So if you are someone on JP who might have been trying to do certain runs and you're trying to just kind of scout and see what the attack is going to be after transforming or whatever you got to do to reset, the glitch ends up being fixed. So I actually don't know how this exactly works. Like, if it gets fixed as you restart, then the intel that you just figured out would be inaccurate, I would imagine. So I don't exactly know how this played out on JP. I don't know how it's still playing out. All I know is that it's only been confirmed it has not been fixed. There has been no follow-up update in game yet. So yeah, if you guys are on JP and you're trying to beat Cell Max, try to do it now while the glitch is active, so that you guys can take advantage of him potentially not launching any attacks or special moves, which would be very interesting. But now I wanted to talk about this. So if you guys recall, back when the Red Zone first came out, or was about to come out on Global, I did a little bit of a rundown on the various infographics that the Raspy team had made for the Red Zone. So I wanted to jump back in and take a look at this because I want to compare this with the Red Zone, because obviously, since the Cell Max is basically the culmination of the Omega Shenron and the Broly Red Zone events, I figured it would make a lot of sense to compare and contrast the numbers and whatnot. So we're looking at Cell Max first round, 12,000 HP, or sorry, 12 million. Then we've got 80,000 attack, 6 attacks per turn, 13% chance for a less attack, 45,000 defense, damage reduction 58%, 224,000 on the super attack. So basically, if your defense is lower than this number, then you'll take some damage. If your defense is higher, then you'll take very minimal, next to nothing. So basically, you want to have defense higher than 224k, which is very achievable for a lot of players, for a lot of characters for this first particular turn. SA chance 16%, dodge chance 5%. This happens way more often than 5%, just gotta say. Second round, 20 million, 135,000 for the attack, 7 attacks per turn. AoE attack 135,000, so same exact as the actual attack. That's why this hits so little. It's because it's the same level as a regular slap. 40% chance for the AoE to take place, max 3 AoEs per turn. How nice is it that it's only 3 as opposed to 7 from Baby? Defense 60,000, damage reduction 63%, super attack 378,000 attack or damage, and then 14% chance for a super attack. Since this guy's physical, that is obviously going to be a big issue. Well, not a big issue, but it is kind of a nuisance when knowing full well you got to be going into the tech round with a bunch of ints. Physical is the last thing you need to deal with, but that's how it is. And then the final round, 60 million health, 530,000 attack. So if he simply slaps you and your defense is not at 530 or around that ballpark, you're going to be taking oodles of damage. Attacks per turn 9, 15% chance to do 1 less attack. Defense 80%, damage reduction 70%, SA 1.85 million. So almost 2 million on the super attack, meaning if your defense is on par with this, you probably won't take any damage. The question is, who could possibly do that? It all depends on who you bring and what sort of damage reduction mechanic you have in place with those characters. Super attack chance 14%, max super attacks per turn 2, 50% chance to lock any one random slot unit. So that is the breakdown for Cell Max. It's crazy to see this put into context, but it makes a lot of sense. 60 million makes a lot of sense. 530,000, so 500,000 per slap, makes a lot of sense. The super attack doing almost 2 million, I had to see it to believe it. Now let's compare this with Broly. Broly super attack is 1.2 million, attack 400,000, HP 10 million less. So overall, Cell Max outdoes the Broly in terms of all of these mechanics. The only thing that the Broly has going for him that the Cell Max does not, meaning the Broly could be argued to be a little bit more challenging here, is the fact that number one, it's a much longer buildup, but number two, there is no dodge. One of the main reasons why people are able to beat the Cell Max event as of right now without the new worldwide download units is because of RNG working in their favor, is because of chance and dodging. So that is one thing that the Broly definitely has in favor. The 50% chance to lock, that is different from the Omega. I think it was a 40% chance, if I'm not mistaken. Shadow Dragon, oh, it doesn't, oh no, it does say 40%. Yeah, 40% to lock a rotation was the Shadow Dragon one. There was no locking of rotations after that, but yeah, 40%. So this is a 10% boost from that, and it locks one random unit. Damage reduction 70%. Is that higher than anybody else? Damage reduction, no, actually it's about the same as Broly. It's the same as Omega. Even with this guy's super attack, the nuke attack, 1.575 million, that doesn't even compare to the Cell Max. So really puts things into perspective. Is there anything else here? Max super attack per turn 2. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Cell Max just outdoes Broly and Omega. What can I say? There are certain things about the others that would obviously make them difficult. So there's nothing, you know, no one's saying that these guys are not difficult. It's just that out of all of them, Cell Max is by far and away the most destructive and the most difficult boss in the game. So we'll have to wait and see what the landscape looks like once the new units actually release. But in the meantime, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the stats regarding Cell Max? And what did you think about this on JP? How lucky do you have to be to get this bug? How often did it happen? If you're a JP player watching this, let me know, because I want to know how often this happened for you guys, even if you knew. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, how many stones compensation do you think JP deserves for such an egregious act? How dare they make Cell Max easier? Blah. Let me know what you guys think about that whole issue, as well as the stats regarding Cell Max in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.